What is up, Print Squad? I am back with another video, and thank you guys for tuning in. Today I'm going to be doing a video showing you the proper size that you need to print your design depending on what size clothing you're printing on. I've been having a lot of questions about that. I didn't really think that would be a big issue for people, but apparently I was wrong, because I have had a lot of people asking how big do I print my designs. So hopefully I can help you out with that today. Alright, some of the tools that you can use to help you figure out what size design you need to print on each shirt depending on the size is right here. I have a yardstick, and right here I have a tape measure. You can also use a ruler, but what I usually use is this tape measure, and it's because it's small, and to me it's more convenient because you just stretch it out and you press the button and it'll pull itself back in, and it's just easier to deal with than having to deal with a yardstick. If I had a ruler, then it may be just as easy as using a tape measure too. And right over here I have a few shirts in different sizes. Like right here, this is a 3T, and I have some hoodies and some different things so that I can try to show you the different ways that you could do depending on what type of apparel you're printing on. And I also have a 6X shirt to show you what it would be like for the bigger sizes. Okay, right here as you see, I have a 3T shirt, and the way that I would figure out the size that I would print on here, I would take my measuring tape and I would place it right across the front of the shirt. And I don't want it to be too close to the sleeves. I want to leave maybe an inch or so from each of the sleeves because it's such a small shirt. So right here, when I measure from sleeve to sleeve, it's like 10.5 inches. So when I move my measuring tape to 8 inches, I feel like 8 inches would be a good amount or a good size for it, for the width of it. And as I turn it the opposite direction, 8 inches or more, like 7.5 would be a good size for the the height of the shirt. You don't want to be too close to the seam of the shirt. So for a 3X shirt, I would just take this measuring tape and I would measure it, and that's about the size that I feel would be right for this actual shirt. And depending on what brand shirt, you may have to do your own measurements and figure out the size. But you leave a couple of inches down from the collar and from the sleeve. So that's pretty much how you would figure that out. Okay, right here, this is a youth small. So, and it's an Augusta shirt, which is a little bit different than the size of this Gildan shirt. The Gildan shirt is actually an extra small, but it's actually a bigger shirt than the Augusta size small. So the same technique, I would take and because this is a V-neck, you wouldn't bring it down as far as you would for a regular shirt because it's a V-neck. For a regular collar shirt like the one that I have on. So basically I just take my measuring tape once again and I measure it, and this is about 12.5 inches. So when I bring it in, I think 10 or maybe 9.5, and it's pretty much a judgment call. 10, you could get by with 10, but I feel like 9.5 would just look better on this shirt. So I'm gonna go with 9.5 for this shirt, and it's like a baseball style or a football style t-shirt with a V-neck. And I would go about 8.5 down. So that's pretty much how I do it. I don't really just have a specific size that I say, okay, I have to put this size on this and that size on that. It depends on your actual design, and it also depends on the size of the shirt, because different brand shirts may be different sizes. So that's where you would go from there. And right here, I'm going to show you the difference in the hoodies. Like right here, this is a youth small hoodie. And if you measure from the top seam right here down to the pocket, it's gonna be 9 inches. But now I'm gonna take this is a youth small, the red one. So now I'm gonna take this youth medium and measure it. The first one, like I told you, was 9 inches, and it's a small. And when I measure from this one, it's actually 10.5 inches. So you have to take that into consideration, because say if you're printing a lot of youth hoodies, you don't want to have to print a different size for each one. So what you would basically do is take the smallest one. Like if I'm printing these 2 hoodies, I'm printing a size small and I'm printing a size medium. I'm going to take the size small and I'm going to see what is the biggest size I can fit on this size small, and I'm going to use it for all of the youth sizes, especially if I'm doing vinyl. If I'm doing screen printing, I usually make one screen for the smallest one the same way. But you know, if I'm doing youth shirts and adult shirts with vinyl, I will resize them, but all the youth shirts are going to have the same size design, and all of the adult shirts are going to have the same size design. Unless it's like a bigger size, like a 6X or something like that, then I may resize it for that. But that's only if I'm using vinyl. If I'm doing screen printing, the smallest shirt is going to have, I'm going to put the biggest design I can on the smallest shirt. And also if I'm doing like a youth extra small and an adult 6X, they're going to have the same size unless that customer agrees to pay for the extra screens. That's basically how I determine what size designs to put on each shirt, and hopefully this video was helpful to you. If you have any more questions, please leave it down below and I'll get to it as soon as I can. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And if you're interested in entering into the contest to win the heat press or the screen printing press, make sure that you hit the notification bell, because on my birthday I will be doing the drawing and somebody will be winning either a heat press or a screen printing press. So if you want to be notified on time to make sure that you are eligible for the contest, be sure to hit that notification bell so that you will be notified each time I post a video. And I will see you in the next video. Print Squad out.